Coming up tonight, a Singaporean student who imported a child sex doll in Australia has been sentenced.
The woman who burned herself trying to save her boyfriend in the Tanjong Pagar crash is out of the ICU and stable.
88 individuals are under investigation for alleged non-compliance of COVID-19 measures in 2 separate incidents. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. I'm Chao Suen.
Good evening, I'm Dylan Ang. A Singaporean student living in Australia who imported a child sex doll and possessed child abuse material has been sentenced to 11 months jail. The doll was ordered online and was addressed to the man's residence in the Perth suburb of Beckenham.
The 27-year-old, who was not identified, was immediately released on a 2-year good behaviour bond. While he will not be jailed, his immigration status is now under review. The judge also ordered that he be placed on the sex offenders register.
A man who stabbed his girlfriend with a knife and bit off part of her left earlobe during the attack outside Muthu's Curry restaurant in 2019 has been sentenced to 5.5 years jail.
Chinese national Chen Tianhua had threatened to kill hostess Ye Yuhuan if she did not pay back the money he had spent on her, after finding out that she had lied about her age and was 7 years older than him.
3 former Shell Eastern Petroleum employees linked to a $200 million gas oil heist have been charged. Juandi Punjot, Muzaffar Ali Khan, Muhammad Akram and Richard Goh Chi Kiong are accused of bribing employees of surveying companies to inaccurately report the amount of gas oil loaded onto vessels.
All 3 are allegedly involved in a conspiracy that led to more than 300,000 tonnes of gas oil being stolen from Shell's biggest global refinery.
And moving on, an update on the tragic Tanjong Pagar accident. The woman who tried to save her boyfriend in the fiery crash that took place on the 2nd day of Chinese New Year is out of the intensive care unit and stable. According to Singapore General Hospital, Ms. Raby O is in a highly dependent ward and is conscious. The Straits Times understands that her family is with her. She suffered severe burns on about 80% of her body as a result, but was conscious when she was taken to SGH by ambulance.
Turning to the COVID-19 situation here, 4 new cases were reported today. They include 1 from a migrant workers' dormitory and 3 imported infections. There were no new cases in the community.
Meanwhile, the police have announced that they are investigating 88 persons for alleged non-compliance with safe distancing measures. They are aged between 17 and 56 across 2 separate incidents in Genting Lane and Emerald Hill Road. Police said they both involved large gatherings, alcohol and unlicensed karaoke, and went on to warn that illicit activities will be dealt with sternly. For breaching the COVID-19 Temporary Measures Control Order regulations, offenders may face jail of up to 6 months, fine up to $10,000 or both.
About 300 active taxi and private hire car drivers got their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine today, as efforts to vaccinate frontline land transport workers kick into higher gear. More than 50,000 drivers will be offered the chance to get their first dose by the end of the week, with those eligible to receive SMSs to book appointments online.
The vending machines are already being rolled out and restocked. Now, from next Monday, March 1st, all Singapore residents will be able to collect a new reusable face mask issued by Temasek Foundation.
Here are some things to look out for this time around, according to Temasek Chief Executive Ho Ching. Each person will get a navy blue Living Guard 3D mask that can be used for 6 to 7 months. It does not have to be washed after daily use and could instead be washed once to twice a week. And there's more. Temasek will be giving out alcohol-free hand sanitizers to each household starting in mid-April. Now let's take a look at what's making waves on social media today. And that familiar Filet-O-Fish or Big Mac is soon to get a makeover as McDonald's changes its global packaging design. The revamped packaging features bold graphics and less text, instead showcasing the ingredients of each item using iconic and recognizable shapes, symbols and colors. Working with independent design agency Paul Fisher, the new look signals a move towards modernity for the brand. Looking forward to seeing it here in Singapore.
Disney Plus has added a content warning over negative stereotypes to episodes of The Muppet Show. The disclaimer reads, the program includes negative depictions and/or mistreatment of people or cultures, adding that these stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now. The 18 episodes with the warning have been picked out from the Jim Henson series, a big hit in the 70s and 80s, and starred Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. According to the LA Times, the warning refers to negative depictions of people from other cultures, including Native Americans and those from the Middle East.
Now, speaking of Disney Plus, the wait is finally over. Fans here can sign up for the streaming service today. Content from the 6 brands like Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, National Geographic and Star will now be available to subscribers, with shows like WandaVision, The Mandalorian and Frozen 2 to keep audiences glued to their seats.
The company will hold a special event to commemorate its debut here in the form of a Night of Disney Plus, which will take place at 8 p.m. tomorrow. It will feature performances by prominent local musicians like JJ Lin, Nathan Hartono and Benjamin King.
Any particular titles you're looking forward to, Dylan?
Ooh, that's a tough question, but I think it will be WandaVision for me. What about you?
I think that's an easy one, The Mandalorian, and I'm pretty excited for WandaVision too. What about you? What are you most excited for? Tell us in the comments below.
Now moving on, turning our attention to local football, the Singapore Premier League have announced the fixtures for the 2021 season, its 26th edition. Defending champions Albirex Niigata will begin their title defence as they take on Hougang United at the same time as a blockbuster clash between Lion City Sailors and Tampines Rovers on the 13th of March. 8 teams will compete in the 2021 SPL season as Brunei DPMM are unable to participate due to COVID-19 travel restrictions. Game on!
And before we go, justice in Pakistan just got a new set of wheels. Police in Karachi are deploying a new crew, an armed rollerblading unit to curb theft and harassment on its streets. Gliding in a circle with their weapons pointed inwards and lifting and lowering the guns in unison, the 20-member unit, clad in black, undergoes rigorous training. An innovative approach to control street crime, the unit's chief explained that officers on rollerblades could more easily catch thieves on motorcycles through the city of 20 million. The rollerblading police, who follow in the footsteps of similar units in Europe and elsewhere, are expected to begin officially next month, but they have already been spotted patrolling Karachi's bustling beachfront.
And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Have a great evening and we'll see you tomorrow.